Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. I'm your host, Leafy Potato. Welcome to another NRTS 1v1 cast. This cast is starting a little bit later than I would have liked it to, because I forgot to start the video feed on OBS, but we're not going to dwell on that too much. Here we have CoolRextreme playing as the Yellow Commander on Split River fighting KittyLower. Apparently Lowers played a whole lot of NRTS, but just no 1v1. Rex, I believe, is the guy that brought him in to play, so thank you, Rex. Also, I believe his name, he prefers to be called KittyLower, but you know, gotta love Roblox censorship. Love is not allowed here. We can't have that. Anyways. Pretty good opening economic pressure from Blue. Forgetting to bring his militia forward to support his workers was kind of a bad choice. Had he had those three militia in place, he could have taken a fight behind the farm, gotten some free shots on Yellow's militia, or at least pressured him back a little bit. Yeah, so far he's lost $35 in free stuff, and it's looking like he's trying to lose an extra 25 on top of that, so $55 of just burnt money. Not the best idea. Now he's taking a 3v2. Yeah, he's gonna disengage. If you're Rex, you just chase. You chase because he's throwing away so much money right now. I mean, sure, he's got a little bit more expansion, but he's got 3 workers on the map, and he's throwing away $55. He doesn't have an army. You push. Right, and he can't really afford that much of an army either. I mean, he's neutering you by, like, shooting at your farms. But, I mean, heck. He upgrades his CC, which I disagree with. If you're going to upgrade your CC, you do it at game start. Not 2 minutes in, because now the upgraded CC could have been almost paid for itself now. And it just has yet to. So he's going to go charge this tower. He doesn't quite kill it before it starts shooting, which is a bit unfortunate, but he does clean this up pretty nicely. Blue's got militia ready to go, though. Yeah, spending that $50 on the upgraded CC probably wasn't the smartest call when your opponent's still got something on your front door. This is bad on me for putting the camera in such a bad spot, but I can't see the rest of the map right now, and I haven't checked the rest of the map. I don't know what his eco's looking like. So I believe he's expanding behind this, which is the play. You want to do that. You've got free expansion towards purple. You've got free expansion towards red. You go there. You take the farms. That's gonna be that. He's killing more unbuilt towers by Blue. I mean, he's losing militia to do it, but at this point, how much has Blue lost on unbuilt towers? $75, and then he had a tower that shot all of 3 times, so basically $100 down the drain that he could have spent on anything else. Had that been saved up and put towards a tank, this might be a bit different. Also, the pressure would have been a little bit less, so I guess there's that. But you can already see Yellow's got expansion out towards orange. He's taking a farm towards green's base as well. Blue's got Blue's got farms. It's not like he doesn't, but it's not really much of a comparison. He does have Blue does have a stronger army than Yellow right now, but it's not all together, so it can't really fight. Yeah, I feel like Rex is in the better position here. He's made better calls throughout the majority of this game. And just economically, I mean, Blue's about to lose a worker too. This is a disaster. Blue's housing right now, which, I mean, sure, you've got the army advantage if you're confident that you're gonna section off a good port of Yellow's army and kill it. So there's 1, 2. I don't know that Yellow loses 3 militia here. Maybe he does. Blue's already lost 2 militia, so now this is an even trade. Yeah, 3 for 3. Not exactly what you want when you've got the numbers advantage. You'd prefer that be like 4 for 3? And yellow's still hitting your farms and has more militia now. So you're behind. You just spent $90 consecutively on houses rather than spending that on any sort of units, and now that's 135. This is when I was watching the game initially, when I said, okay, yeah, no, blue had okay pressure in the early game, but he doesn't know what the heck to do with any of it. That, and he's let yellow just take the map. I know people hate choppers, but in this kind of position, choppers are not a horrible call. Your ability to go and harass the rest of the map and keep units alive is really nice with choppers. If you can afford to get them without dying, you want them. Even though the first one is effectively $104, it still can put in a lot of work. It can force your opponent to pay attention to a whole bunch of places on the map. It can loosen the pressure on your border. It can make it so that your pressure is more effective. Basically, you gain map control. He's still making houses. That's crazy to me. No, at this point, he's got 2 militia on the map. He's got 5 houses and a generator. You might as well just make a barracks. Yeah. I can't think of a reason not to. You need to fill your supply. You have to fill it with something. Yeah, so blue's lost all but his CC farms pretty much. He's got a tower at the farm near yellow's base, but Rex could pick that off. And Rex is just gonna house as well. I mean, shoot, he's got better eco. This match was played before I found the fishing boat thing and shared it with the Discord server. I don't know if anyone actually did know about that before I found it. I'd imagine someone did, but it seems like a good majority of the people who play this game did not know that fishing boats make money when they aren't fishing. I mean, shoot, Rex at any time could now make a vehicle depot, and this game's mostly won. You can see, what's his eco? We've got 25 from the command center. We've got 52 around the command center. 60, 68, 76, 84, 92, 100, 108. 116, 126, 134, 142, 150, 158. Yeah, yellow's got 158 eco. Actually, there's probably one next to the trees over near red space. You're looking at, what is that, 160 eco, and I mean, you can compare that to blues. Yellow, and now he's housing even more. I forgot to count the houses at his base. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 almost. Yeah, so we're talking about 300 eco for Rex compared to blue, who's probably cracked 100 eco, but not much more than that. 3 to 1. 3 to 1 is nuts. Like, you're crushing in this. If you keep this status quo at all, you win. Whether it comes down to you building a nuke silo or just hitting them over and over and over again. This is the kind of discrepancy that allows you to take fights against missile turrets with just waves of units. Like, it's crushing. He's going to take purple space. You know, when you're ahead, get more ahead. I agree. Now, I disagree with his unit micro. He ends up losing like 2-3 militia to that. But it doesn't really matter, because he got so much money. And at this point, it's like, well, heck, do I have anything better to do? No. But do I need to do this? No. Right, I mean, you're just, as yellow, you're so ahead. The only thing you have to be worried about is that you don't have any defense on these houses yet, and your army is away from your base, so if blue had been making militia, then maybe there's a bit of a threat. But he wasn't, because he's taken the island base over there, he's building it up. Blue is basically resigned at this point. He's got a vehicle depot, and it's going to be making stuff. He's going for a push, which, yeah, that's what you do. This is exactly what you do. He went and turtled in his base, he made militia, made a tank, and he's going to punish Rex for being completely out of position with his militia. Unfortunately, the militia are going to get back to base in time to actually help defeat this. It also doesn't help that Kitty doesn't micro their units almost at all, so they lose 2 militia for free, and I think they go in for a charge later and lose more. Yeah, now we got missile tech. Rex has missile tech, and he's built a tower right there. He's gonna sell it. Missile turrets coming up, yeah. And so now these militia are gonna be a non-factor. As soon as this turret's up, this is, I mean, you wanna talk about crushing. Watch this. Boom. 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 And that's the army. The whole thing is gone. If you're blue here, I mean, you tried. You did try. I guess the better call is once you see the missile turrets going up, you just attack the housing. Because each of those houses is 10 eco. 10 eco is not insignificant. Easy target. You just focus on hitting whatever you can that's exposed. You punish them in that way. You're still really behind, but you at least preserve your units, which you can use for later attacks. Oh yeah, I forgot. I lagged the heckin' back here, and I'm pretty sure also Rex does. It's 12 minutes in here. The outcome of this game is basically set. Yeah, he got booted as well, so he's back in. I'm gonna ask if the game's still on. Oh, he leaves again, and then yeah, he's leaving and rejoining over and over again, trying to get yellow because he got booted. I think he gets it this next time. Yeah, he gets it. Alright, he says he's back. And then the game's still on. My favorite part of NRTS casting is technical difficulties. Has to be. I suppose there isn't much to cast over right now. I guess this is a bit of a lesson of... Well, shoot. I don't even know. I was going to say it's a lesson of how to convert a game into a victory from a clearly winning position, but... If I recall correctly, it takes Rex another, like... Actually, I have no idea how long this is going to take Rex to actually win the game. I remember this being a 22-minute game. It could just be faulty memory. Making a whole bunch of air pads. He's gonna try to just spam choppers and sit him over his base. I mean, fair. Fair enough. But Blue's got a vehicle depot, and Rex just has yet to notice that he was attacked by tanks. And that Yeah, so now all blue has to do is just make anti-air, and this is a pretty easy defense that you can make. I don't know if you guys like listening to anything about my personal life. Yeah, most of you who are here this late in the game after technical difficulties and after watching yellow just cleanly assert map control and convert an easy game, you guys are probably here for me. Well, thank you. Always appreciate it. I guess I'm not doing a whole lot right now. Just I'm just kind of chilling. My job's going along well. I'm hoping at some point that I can actually get to the point where I can deal cards rather than just run chips. If you don't know, I'm a chip runner at a local card room. Different than a casino, because in a casino you have stuff where you bet against the house. In a card room, well, you can't do that. At least in Florida, you can't have a casino. It's illegal, but you can have a card room, and the main distinction is pari-mutuel wagering and yada yada yada. That just means that you're losing money to other players and not to the house. Doesn't mean that the house isn't profiting. The house does take a commission for every hand, but that's beside the point. Oh yeah, I'm in the game taunting Rex for trying to attack anti-airs and towers with choppers, and just doubling down. But yeah, I've learned to deal pie gap poker at least. There's a whole lot of different rules on how you're supposed to set up the hands if you're dealing pie gap poker. A certain way you're supposed to do it, and depending on the different hand type, there could be a whole lot of little rules like, oh, you're supposed to set this up like this unless, and so trying to get those rules to a point where I don't have to question myself about them. I can just say, okay, I know this. So yeah, and hopefully when I get that all done, and when the state of Florida decides to license the rest of the runners that are on the schedule that don't have licenses, then maybe I'll be able to do that, make a little bit more money. So that'll be nice. Outside of that, shoot, I spent 4 hours today, which today is the 11th of, or well, yesterday, the 10th of April. Spending 4 hours collecting data on how much, or how many shots it takes for one unit to kill a different unit for every unit matchup in NRTS, barring Navy, because I really just did not feel like doing Navy after hour 3. Yeah, so I got that out of the way. I still have to go through and do the different math. We know how much HP a house has, and unless they changed the missile turret's damage, it should still be the same as it was when it last got updated, which I can't actually go and check because the patch notes, for whatever reason, they're like they only last for like a certain amount of lines. You can't scroll through the whole patch notes, which I don't know why that is. So patch notes that happened a while ago, you can't see. But I did record it. I believe it was 21 damage for the missile turret. I can double check. I got it on a spreadsheet that I'm tracking all the stuff on. But we can use known HP and known damage values to compare against. By the way, recon straight up just better than heavy troop. Like, outside of fighting air, in which case having more recons would probably be better than spending the extra money on heavy troops. So yeah, If you ever see someone spamming heavy troops, politely refer them to the recon. Oh yeah, another thing, not so much in my personal life, but in the server, well, a couple things. We are holding a 2v2 event, heck, tomorrow. So if anyone's got a duo that they want to see get destroyed by me in Golden Darkness, then, you know what, let's go. I don't know if Explode's even going to play in that. If we don't get a challenger, then I guess there's no event, but oh well, we're still doing Saturday Smackdown, so if you're interested in all that, you can join in. Plenty of matches to be had. We got a lot of people just trickling in. It's kind of weird watching it like grow in a very staggered sort of way, where you have a whole bunch of players one week, and then not almost anybody the next week, and then a little bit more, and then significantly less, and then, you know, just riding the wave up and down, but it's on an uptrend generally. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's occupied. You'll find players to play with if you join in, which is good. So I can actually recommend people to join Saturday Smackdown and not have to tell them, sadly, oh well, there's just nobody here now. I guess you get to play the guy who's rank 1. Anyways, Rex finally converting a game, nearly losing his significantly superior army to 2 heavy tanks that were tucked away behind buildings. But I digress. Well played by Extreme, anyways. As for Kitty, for a first 1v1 game, pretty good. If you're going to push out with your workers, push with units. You always want to have guns with your workers. If you can afford to, and you definitely could afford to, considering how much money you spent on houses consecutively. Yeah, I don't know. We got plenty more games on my backlog that I just have not been casting throughout the week, so that's on me. But, yeah. If you enjoyed watching, I guess you can subscribe for more stuff like this. I can't promise you that it'll all be the same quality, and I can't promise you that it'll all be at a consistent schedule, but I suppose you could do that. But I don't care that much about subs. I like seeing the little interactions that happen, especially like new people that just join the Discord or whatever. There's that in the description as well. If you've watched to the end, all the way through, then thank you. And, well, I suppose that's all from me. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, stay classy.